I'm standing on a little tiny stool, which I'll be able just to put in my pocket when I leave. It's hard to hear, it's cold, but it is a celebration. My job is to finish it up. So it's a lot of work by the city, it's a lot of work by the legislature, and it's another significant investment to improve the quality of life in every single neighborhood in every single one of our cities. And right here, even if it isn't a beautiful community addition, families right now from Las Cruces and from Farmington are traveling to Arizona and Texas for competitive swimming. And that doesn't make any sense. And to tell you how close to home this hits, my niece and nephew went to college on swimming scholarships. All right, so before free college and opportunity scholarships, and they couldn't compete in enough communities in New Mexico, and it doesn't make any sense. And as someone who's a certified scuba diver, having another place right here where you're doing the pull work before they push you in to the blue hole is critical. And these are all quality of life, extracurricular sports, incredible family dynamics, training for UNM, and making sure that we're keeping our families right here and not asking them to pony up more money to support their families because we don't have the right assets right here in our state. So it's great leadership by everyone. Thank you for the community. It shows up every time for your families. We can't do any of it without you, and more is coming. So thank you very much. Congratulations. In my pocket.
Thank you so much, Governor. So I know it's cold and windy. We do have a few other speakers, but we're going to try to keep it as short as possible. I wanted to make sure to introduce another one of our large contributors and huge advocates for this aquatic center. Just in December alone, the administration found some funding to add $3 million in addition to what we've already accumulated for this project. And so with the support of former CAO Real and Single, Director Montoya and CIP officials, the project manager, Sean Maiden, I just want to say thank you to the team on the administration. But Mayor Keller, thank you very much for finding every little bit of money that we can put into this to make sure it comes to fruition, recognizing its importance as well. So Mayor Keller, if you'll join us.
Thanks. Well, Happy New Year, everyone. And so wonderful to see even some of our swim clubs out there. And also so wonderful to be here with elected officials who care deeply about this project and are making it happen. I know it's a cold one, so I want to be brief, but also take us back to when I first met some of you out in the audience. It was early on, before I had just been elected, and I was out here and we were talking with Councilor then Winter about Domingo Baca, and we were working on the gym, which is now done back there. And I remember a lot of you came up to me and you were like, you know, what's been in the master plan forever has been a pool. And I remember at that time I was like, wow, that's a good idea. I was trying to finish the gym, you know, at that point. And I remember kind of saying, well, you know, we need to work on that. It's part of the master plan. And I also remember saying that, hey, we need help. The city needs help. You know, pools, unfortunately, are very expensive. It's just lots of concrete, and, you know, this retaining wall has turned out to be a huge deal, but we're getting it done. And so I remember saying we need help. And wonderfully, I think to the rescue have been so many people. First and foremost, City Councilor, you know, when she came in, she's like, this is my #1 priority, and that has never changed. Good job. And so that's right. And I told her the same thing. I said, that's great, Councilor, we need help. And so she said, I'll go get help. And I said, well, let's work together and see what we can do. So lo and behold, we get the county and the legislature each and every year. All sorts of folks have put in for this project. And then, of course, so wonderful, because when a governor gets involved, like, the numbers of zeros on the end of a project just get bigger. And so, you know, the 6 million plus, and there's probably even more, that was a huge deal. That's really what pushed this over the top. So, Governor, we really appreciate the way you care about Albuquerque. Now, that's right. And so for us too, I just want to acknowledge, I think, one last thing, which is that, look, this is a truly a one Albuquerque effort. And what I mean by that is we're acknowledging all of the things that come with the promise of Albuquerque for our families. You know, as the governor mentioned, and I think as we all know here, there's sort of two things that bring together this project. And number one is we do have this notion, even for me, my kids learned how to swim at a city pool just a couple years ago. You know, the city teaches about 1/5 of our children how to swim. And they're packed. Like, it is really hard to get time at a city pool, even for lessons. And then I know if you're a team, right, it's even harder. And then we're sharing with APS and we're doing what we can in that cooperative way. But we know that we need more space in general for things that bring our families together, that are there for our kids and folks from all generations to use. And a pool is a great example of that. Now, when we first started this, I was like, well, we could build an outdoor pool, and of course it's freezing now, so I think probably made the right call. I remember talking to Counselor about that one, and I was like, well, we could do it for half the price and twice as fast, but I will tell you the community stepped up, and as did the legislators, and I know Senator, feel free, I know Senator Pope just walked in, thank you for being here. They said, you know what, if we're gonna do this, let's hit the other part that matters, which is this promise of Albuquerque also that we're the urban center for 1,000 square miles. And that means we have to deliver the kinds of things that keep our families together. And so sometimes it's Los Altos softball field so that we can have softball tournaments here in Albuquerque. You don't have to drive to Phoenix. Or it's the West Side baseball complex, or it's the indoor basketball, volleyball complex that is still not funded, but we still need. But it's also swimming, right? This is also a regional facility for all of New Mexico so that we don't have to travel, so that our families can stay here and that we can train here. And we can even support our universities and smaller colleges with an Olympic-size venue for tournaments and championships. So I am so glad that we're all here together, even from different parties, different parts of government, to be together around that one Albuquerque spirit to deliver on the promise that this city holds for our families. So with that, I want to say thank you so much, and we're all excited. There's many phases, but this will happen for sure. Thank you so much.
All right, so thank you, Mayor, very much. To date, 23 legislator, that was a really smooth move, by the way, this trick I just learned. 23 legislators to date have contributed to this project, which is a massive group of people that see the benefit of this. I'm hoping to get even more commitment from the legislature this year, and I promise I'll do the work. But right now I want to introduce Senator Hickey, who is here to say a few short words regarding this project as well.
Thank you very much. It's freezing out here, but shortly you're going to have a warm pool to do exercise in. So glad to be part of a community, city, and state project. It's just phenomenal. I look forward to doing more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senator. Thank you for your commitment to helping us as well. One of the champions for this project has been Representative Matthews. She has really gone and helped get some other contributors to join us and really been my sidekick in this. So Representative Matthews, thank you for everything you've done as well.
Thank you very much, and it's so great to be at a press conference which is just about positive things and not crime and all that other stuff, where we're talking about wonderful opportunity both for the northeast heights of Albuquerque, for our city, for our state, and I'm looking forward to the next Michael Phelps and Katie Ledecky to learn how to swim and be Olympic champs in our Olympic pool. And I want to give a special shout out not only to my fellow and sister representatives and senators who provided money, but to the governor who her contribution really made a huge difference, and she deserves a great deal of credit for us all standing out here today shivering. Thank you.
Thank you. And you know, Mayor did acknowledge that Senator Pope is here. There's a lot of people that have been contributing, but it's really an honor to be able to have everybody here today as well, even if they're not all speaking. But Representative Ream has been here longer than I have, and I know that he has a little mini version of what this used to be as well. So he has been a longtime supporter of this entire park. Representative Ream, if you want to say just a moment.
Thank you all. This was, as it's been pointed out, a collaboration amongst many different legislators, the governor, the mayor, all of us. It began in 2017 with one pool and about a $7-8 million project. It's grown to 3 pools and a $50 million project, and I'm glad that we're finally getting started on it. Thank you.
Okay, one more speaker and then a couple more thank yous, but I know everyone's cold and some of these important people have places to go. So with that, Parks and Recreation is a department that keeps a lot of this going here in Albuquerque and makes sure that we have these facilities kept up so all of us can enjoy. So the former aquatics manager, Josh Herbert, and now our new aquatics manager, Shay Romero, have been very, very instrumental and very cooperative and helpful with all of this. But Director Dave Simon is somebody who's been incredibly beneficial and helped with collaborating and keeping us on track with a lot of things. So Director Simon, if you don't mind saying just a couple words, that'd be great. Thank you.
Got it. Well, thank you so much, Councilor Bassan. Did someone say that it was chilly outside? I mean, what's the big deal? It's a perfect day for a polar bear dip. Well, we did ours last Saturday. The water temperature was a balmy 38, and we raised $3,000 for swim lessons for needy kids. So I look forward to maybe a little polar bear dip here in the outdoor pool once we have this facility open. But of course, the centerpiece of this project is the Olympic pool, and I know Councilor Bassan and the mayor wanted me just to go over a couple more details about this amazing, catalytic, game-changing project for our city and our state. And thank you again, Governor, and all the legislators for recognizing the impact of a project of this magnitude on our entire region, state. This project, of course, includes 2 pools, an indoor Olympic-sized pool in a 60,000 square foot building. It's going to be the largest venue in the state. It's going to have about a 900,000 gallon Olympic-sized pool. The pool's actually going to be 60 meters long. We decided we'd add an extra 10 meters so we could be bigger than everybody else. But that's to allow us to have a movable bulkhead and allow us to have Olympic meets going on at the same time as diving competitions during those meets. This facility is going to be, fully ADA accessible, state-of-the-art, energy-efficient facility, and have seating capacity for 850 spectators. That's many, many more than we can currently accommodate at the West Mesa Aquatic Center. Now, I'm a swim parent, and I spent hundreds of hours watching swim meets and supporting the kids on these teams. And I can tell you another feature I'm really looking forward to here is the cellular boost capacity in the pool. You spend a lot of time next to the pool, and it's critical to have a big digital pipe for our parents and spectators. The Olympic-sized pool, as the mayor mentioned, is going to really accommodate an amazing wide variety of programming, which is critical for our city and community and users of all ages. And so this pool is going to be able not only to accommodate, swimming and training. And I will say, I think among the happiest people probably in this audience are La Cueva swim parents. Are you a La Cueva swim parent? Or an El Dorado swim parent? All right, Eldo's happy too. So you're going to have a home pool, obviously, for your teams for the first time, which will be great. That'll be closer. But not only for the swim teams, we're going to be able to accommodate, as the mayor mentioned, a massive swim lesson program here, which is so important to the health and safety of our kids in our community. We're going to be able to accommodate all kinds of class programming, whether it's water exercise, kayak classes, paddleboard, water yoga, senior therapy pool, and it's just going to be an amazing, busy facility. The warm-up and cool-down pool that will be next to the Olympic-sized pool itself is going to be 70,000 gallons, and that's going to be enable us to meet all standards for USA swimming. Now then, as the mayor also mentioned, the outdoor pool is going to serve thousands and thousands of Albuquerque families. It's projected to be located on the north end of the Olympic facility, and that's going to be a 200,000 gallon pool that can accommodate almost 450 swimmers at any given time. And that's going to be what we call a zero grade entry pool. It'll go from very shallow depth up to about 5 feet. And that's designed to be also accommodate diversity of uses, because it's also going to have, in addition to the play features for the kids and families, it's also going to have a 4-lane, 25-yard swim, lap swimming element to it. So we will have the ability to swim outdoors in our beautiful New Mexico climate. In sum, this is going to be a state-of-the-art facility that we're going to be proud of for generations to come in New Mexico, and we're so excited to see us move into the next phases of this massive project. I just want to talk a little bit about what that is going to look like. So we're obviously standing on a construction site, and thanks again to everyone for getting us to this point. The request for proposals to entertain bids on constructing the main elements now of the 2 pools is going to be published next week. So that will initiate about a 30-day bid window. We're excited then to get some competition from the private sector who wants to build this tremendous facility. And then provided when we get those qualified bids, we will select the best contractor for the job. We're actually having we have an aggressive table for the project. So of course we have to wait to see what the bids look like, but we're going to see a lot of dirt fly and concrete poured here over the next 12 to 18 months. But the next big milestone for this project will be the publication of the RFP next week. So we are overlapping the phases here so we can continue to move forward without breaks in the progress. So we're very excited about that. Again, I want to thank everyone for their tremendous support for this project over many, many years. And we look forward to being back here soon to take a dip. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Thank you very much. Okay, so thanks to Dawn Marie for setting all this up. She's my analyst and my right hand. I want to make sure to thank Hewitt Zollers, who is the architects, the designers of this, the beautiful boards that are behind us today. Come take a look at them and check out what the future is going to look like with this facility. But Hewitt Zollers has done an amazing job with this project. Basic IDIQ, Bruce Martin and Bill White, they are the leads and the project managers here for the construction that is happening today. So thank you to them. But really, thank you to the public, the families, the students, for not giving up on this project. Voters have approved it multiple times. They really wanted to see this happen. And so thanks for sticking with all of us and making sure that we don't forget about this project and making sure that we keep on track to deliver, even if it's taken about 20 years. But we're here, and it's finally happened. So I would like to invite the elected officials that are here to join us in the ceremonial shovels, and we're going to break ground. And celebrate this, and then afterwards, Director Simon, are you available to stick around with me for questions with the media, so we can do some questions and answers? But that way, some of the dignitaries can move on with their day after that. So if you don't mind sticking around, we're going to do some shovels, then we'll stick and we'll answer some questions if you have them. Thank you all for coming. This is super exciting.
If I had a horse, it's a song I think.
Sure.
So you can share shovels.
I'll share shovels. We have more too, though.
Put it down a little bit.
We're all good.
Governors, there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Running this pile driving show.
All right,
We
so
gotta do the fake thing, right?
we just do a counting. You want me to help?
Yeah, will you help?
Okay, so let's all do this together. We're gonna count from 3 backwards, and then you on 3 we'll dump the soil, and then look ahead at the cameras, not down at your shovel.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
Nicely done.
Are you doing another one?
Sure.
Okay, one more, just in case.
All right, one more. There
Okay.
you go.
3, 2,